Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy BigAL Bettor. We got our NBA March 7th slate of games for you guys today. Let me just double check that. We are on March 7th, right? Yes, we are. Okay, March 7th slate of games. Last night, March 6th, had a ton of great games. Unfortunately, half the slate did not go our way. We had a pretty putrid record. It was the worst night we've had on the channel, I think, as far as bets not hitting. Pretty bad night. Hit a couple player props, which did kind of help a little bit because some of those were plus money plays. A couple of the games we were knocking right on the door of, like we had the over in the Dallas Celtics game. We missed that by 3 points, which is just sad. One of the other games, I think it was the Pelicans. Um, we had the cover, and then they had a foul right at the end, and it just kicked us right through the cover. So it's just some of those things, just they don't bounce your way, and that's what ends up happening. But anyway, kind of a bad night. We look to bounce back. We got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on the slate today. Should be a fun Saturday. A couple games I really like in here. That should be really fun. Like you got this Warriors Thunders game. That's the end of the night. One should be pretty fun. Clippers Grizz should be interesting just because the Clippers played last night in that really close one against the Spurs. And then the first game of the day is the Magic T Wolves, which should be fun just because both those teams are pretty darn good. So anyway, without wasting too much time, let's go ahead and hop into it. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome on in. I am BigAL Bettor. This is Beat the Book. We do sports betting here. Obviously, that's why you guys are here. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop into it. The first game of the day, we got the Magic taking on the T Wolves. It's home game for the T Wolves. They are 6.5 point favorites at home. Over under sit at 224.5. For this game, I like the T Wolves here. I was really wanting to get to the Magic just because I'm a huge fan of Paolo Banchero, Desmond Bain, the Wagner boys. Like I like the Magic team a lot, especially after last year when we saw them in the playoffs. But I can't get there. The T Wolves have been really good at home, and the Magic haven't been obviously not as good on the road as they have been at home. But I just don't see it was almost too many points for me, but then when I was kind of looking through the last games, the Magic have kind of lost by more than this to good teams. So give me the T Wolves here at home, -6.5. I think Ant and Julius and the boys they get us enough of a cushion. I think they'll probably win this thing by 8 or 9 points. And there's a chance with free throws and stuff at the end they win this thing by 10 or 12. So give me the T Wolves here -6.5. We'll take the points, and then over under is 224.5. I'm going to lean to the under slightly here. It's touch and go. So if you're on the over, I don't have any qualms necessarily with it, but I'm going to lean to the under. I think both teams will do enough to like just keep the score low. The Magic play really good defense, and obviously the T Wolves with Rudy Gobert and Randall, they play enough bully ball in the paint to kind of keep you out of there. So I like the under here at 224.5. I think it's gonna be close, but I think they'll stay under this number. As far as a player prop, I like Desmond Bain here for 21 plus points. We've been taking Bain in basically every Magic game. He's 10-4 to this number in their last 14 games, so an absolutely insane hit rate. He's just been playing incredible basketball. He's shooting tons of threes. He's getting in the paint. He's just kind of when they need points, he's the guy that goes and gets it. So I like Bain here for 21. That's his line. He's been averaging, I think, 22 has been his average, but that's for the whole season, obviously. And recently, he's had a couple 30-point games in this last 14 game stretch, and then a bunch of 23s, 25s, 27s. So I think he can get to 21 in this game, which is going to be an important one for him. Next game, we got the Nets taking on the Pistons. Spreads 14.5. Over under is 215.5. Pistons are at home. Jalen Duren's questionable, but he should play. Cade Cunningham's questionable, and then Thompson's out. So those are the injuries to look for on that side. On the net side of things, there's a bunch of injuries, but it's a 14.5 spread. So what do we even really? I'm not going to go through all those injuries. Claxton's playing. Michael Porter Jr.'s playing. Those are kind of like the main guys for them. There's another guy. I forget his name. Whatever. Guy with longer hair. You guys probably know if you pay attention to the Nets. But anyway, we're going to be on the Pistons here, -14.5. These guys have played twice already this season. Detroit's 2-0 against them, and they covered by mad points both times against them. They won by 20 in the first game, and they won by 50 in the second game. So we're going to be on the Pistons here again, -14.5, even without Cade, even if Duren doesn't play. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal to beat this Nets team. They've shown they can do it. As far as an over-under, I really was close to getting to the under, but in both the games they played, the 130-77 was the 50-point game they won by. That game obviously gets to a 207. The other game got to like a 240. It was 130 to 112 or something like that. So give me the over here in this spot. I just think that the Nets will do enough. They shot a putrid. I went through that game where they only got 77 points, and they shot like 28% from the field. It was something really bad. So I think they'll score a little more points this time. So if they can get to 100, the Pistons should cover the rest of it for us, especially if they're going to cover the 15-point spread. So anyway, I like the over 215.5, just slightly, not like by a ton, but I think slightly. And then as far as a player prop, we're going to go back to the well that we've been going to with the Nets games. Nick Claxton for 11 points. He's been averaging 12 on the season. In the two games against these guys, he scored 10 and 17. So he missed it on one, but he was knocking on the door, and in the other one he had 17. So I think in this one, especially if If Cade doesn't play and without Thompson in there, Claxton should be able to do a little more than he was doing in those other two games. So give me Nick Claxton for 11 points. Also, Bane was, I think, a minus money play, but it's like minus 104. Claxton's a plus money play for this 11 points. So I kind of like that too, at least on DraftKings. Shop around. Use all the books you guys can, obviously. Next game, we got the 76ers at the Hawks. Spread is 6.5. Over under sit at 233.5. Hawks are at home. They're the minus 6.5 team. Hawks have won 6 straight games quietly, and they've beat some decent teams, some not so decent teams on that stretch. But Sixers have been struggling. No Embiid tonight. Maxey will play. Obviously, Paul George is still suspended till the end of the month. But yeah, give me the Hawks here minus 6.5. I think they're just going to get the job done. They've been covering this number too in those wins. It's not like they're just barely winning these games. They've been really taking it to the teams that they've beat. So give me the Hawks here minus 6.5 to just keep the train rolling. And then, like I said, the over/under at 233.5. I like the over in this spot. The Sixers are going to score points. The Hawks are not necessarily stopping you from scoring. They're just playing good offensive ball. So I think we can look at an over here, and it's not too crazy. And then yeah, like I said, the Hawks minus 6.5. Keep the train rolling. Go for 7 straight. They are at home. They're playing really good. Kuminga's a game time decision, but even if he doesn't play, I mean, he didn't play the last game, and they still dominated. So as far as a player prop in this one, I went through a bunch of them. I like Jock Landale here. He's averaging 6 rebounds a game. His line set at 5, and it's a plus money play. So give me Jock Landale here for 5 rebounds. I feel like it's a pretty good spot for us. Next game, we got the Jazz at the Bucks. 10.5 point spread. Bucks are favored at home. Over under set at 234.5. Obviously, Giannis is back for the Bucks. That's probably why this number is so big. The Bucks have not necessarily looked great though since Giannis has been back. They've just been kind of struggling. I like the Jazz in this spot. Call me crazy. Plus 10.5. They've been losing, but they've been losing close. Like they played the Nuggets to a close game. They played up in their last 5. They've been playing better basketball. Keontae George is playing kind of out of his mind. And when they've been losing, they've actually been kind of not losing by massive numbers. So I think, and the Bucks when they've been winning have not been winning by massive numbers recently. So I think you get a Bucks team that's kind of being overvalued here, and a Jazz team that's being, thought to be a terrible team, which, to be fair, they're not a good team. They lose games, but they haven't been losing by a ton of points. So give me the plus 10.5 with the Jazz. I think we'll cash that one. And then as far as an over-under, I like the under here in this spot, 234.5. The averages for both these teams is like is in the mid 220s on the season, right? So I don't know why we would get some crazy run unless Giannis goes off for a 50-point game or something like that. I think we're in for a closer game. So give me an under 234.5. Give me the plus 10.5 with the Jazz. And then as far as a player prop in this one, I do like Giannis for 27 points. He averages 27.3 on the season. And the Jazz, like their defense isn't incredible or anything to write home about, right? And Lauri Markkanen is not playing. He plays some decent defense in the paint. So give me Giannis to get to the free throw line probably 12 times and make eight of those, and then be able to score 19 points across the rest of the game. If he gets the playing time, I think he can get to 27. And then, that's what I like for that game. Moving on, we got 2 games left. We got the Clippers at the Grizz, which I'm kind of excited for this game, even though the Grizz aren't that good of a team. Spread's 5.5. Clippers are favored on the road. Over under set at 229.5. I like the over in this spot. The Grizz, I was going through their games. They haven't necessarily been stopping people. They've been letting people score points. Tons of injuries on the Grizz side too. So I don't know who's going to stop Mathurin and Kawhi and Dunn and all the boys for the Clippers. So yeah, give me the over 229.5 in this spot. I like it. Clippers could play good defense, but like I say it a lot on the channel, if this Grizz team gets to 100, the Clippers need to get to 130. But I think it's more likely both teams will get to 110, and then the Clippers just need to cover. If both teams get close to 110, you're at 220. You just need a little bit of love to get over that 230 number. So I don't mind that at all. As far as the side, we're going to be on the Clippers here, minus 5.5. They're coming off that heartbreaker yesterday. I mean, 20-point lead at halftime over the Spurs, and then they lose that game. I think it was by 2 points just right at the end. That's just a heartbreaker. So I think they come in here. They need to get it right. They need the win. They're 9th in the West. They should have been able to steal that one from the Spurs last night. We were on the Spurs minus 7.5 at home. That didn't cash for us, unfortunately. But I think the Clippers come in here with some vengeance on their mind and get this thing done. It just sucks if you're the Grizz because it's like, unless they're wiped out from how big that game was, I think the Clippers cover this number fairly easily. I mean, I think Golden State's a better team than the Grizz, and the Clippers beat them by 13 just a week ago. So yeah, give me the Clippers here minus 5.5, and give me the over 229.5 because I think we're going to see some offense in this game. As far as a player prop, I like Cam Spencer for 2 threes. We took him, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. We took him for this number. He did cash for us. I like him in this spot. He's going to get the playing time. He's going to put the shots up. So give me Cam Spencer for 2 threes. This is also a plus money play, so I like that as well. Final game of the night, we got the Warriors taking on the Thunder. Should be actually kind of a fun game. Obviously, was hoping Steph would be playing in this. Thunder, they've got a bunch of injuries. Caruso's not playing. Hartenstein's not playing. J-Dub's not playing. AJ Mitchell's not playing. Obviously Shea's going to play, Chet's going to play, the rest of the kind of the starting cast of characters will play. But you got a couple big injuries. Caruso's a dog on defense. He's not going to play. Hartenstein, obviously, big force in the middle. He's not going to play. We don't have to talk about J-Dub. He's the second best player on the team, basically, or third if you want to, him and Chet are kind of 2A, 2B, if you will. And then the Warriors, they've got a bunch of injuries right now too, but basically everyone except for Steph is a game time decision. Gary Payton's a game time decision. Seth is a game time decision. Porzingis is a game time decision. So if those guys play, the spread's 14.5. Thunder at home. They're obviously really good at home. Over under set at 219.5. We'll start with the over under. I like the over in this spot. The Warriors, they're going to come in here and they should be able to score some points. The Thunder obviously are going to score points at home. So I don't mind an over here at all. I think we'll be able to get to 220. Obviously, Warriors are getting close to 228 every game, and the Thunder are getting like to mid 220s. So the number just seems too low to me, so I like the over here. And then as far as a side, I'm going to be on the Warriors here plus 14.5, and maybe that's crazy, but if they've been playing good, and I think it's a mixture of the Thunder are playing good. They just beat, or not the Thunder, the Warriors. They just beat the Rockets, a couple nights ago. And then it's also this Thunder team's just hurt. I mean, you got Caruso, Hartenstein, J-Dub, AJ Mitchell. Like, you got all these players that play lots of meaningful minutes for you, and they're not playing in this game, and the Warriors potentially are getting back a bunch of people aside from Steph. I like that a lot. So give me that. Give me the Warriors plus 14.5. It just feels like a touch too many points. I'm not saying the Warriors coming in here and win this, but I think they keep the game close, especially after what we saw the other night when they played the Rockets, because nobody expected them to beat the Rockets. Yeah, so the over, the Warriors on the spread. And then as far as a player prop for this one, I like Chet Holmgren for 17 plus points. We saw what he did to New York the other night when they played. Was it New York that they played? I think it was the Knicks. Wasn't the Thunder Knicks? Anyway, they if it wasn't the Knicks, it was the Pistons. But we saw what he did the other night. He was just splashing three after three after three after three. I mean, he made, 6 or 7 of them. He had a ton of points. So he's playing good basketball right now. His average is 17 points a game, and his line set at 17. So give me Chet Holmgren for 17 points. I like that. I like that prop a lot. I was, trying to get to Shea, but his number's so inflated. And then I was looking at a couple of the Warrior players, but I didn't love it as much. I saw Chet at 17. I said, I'll take that. That sounds like a good time. So yeah, Chet 17 points. That is what I like. And yeah, guys, that's the entire slate for you guys. That is all I've got. If you do parlay, at least on DraftKings, I always throw it together just to see what it would pay. If you parlay all those player props, it's just 6 of them. They're all pretty much right at the people's lines or slightly plus money. It's a plus 5,100 over on DraftKings, so that's something to think about. I don't think we've hit one of those yet this season, so I'm not saying to go throw it in there, but if you want to just have fun, throw a couple bucks on it, whatever. But anyway, that's what I got for you guys. I'll have a lock of the day out for you guys later. We went 7 straight, we've lost 3 straight, so we're kind of in a limbo here. We're trying to get back on track. But we're still, 7-3 in our last 10 is pretty good. So anyway, that is all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.